Hi there everyone, it's Jaycee. Sometimes it's hard to find the right words to say when someone you know has lost someone. In this card making tutorial, I'll share 3 personal ways to get yourself started for when you want to show someone that they're not alone. Altenew's crafting supplies cover many occasions, even ones that carry heavy emotions. In order to make a sympathy card, I've found 3 steps to get you started, but every situation is unique. You can always adapt these sympathy crafting themes based on your culture, ritual, or relationship to the recipient. For me, a muted and neutral color palette is a great place to start. I always have spicy yogurt cardstock on hand when I want to add something neutral, but not too bright or dark. The little bit of speckling texture is also a plus for simple floral arrangements. So on the same theme of neutral palettes, a little bit of texture is also comforting. This Journey Abroad hot foil plate can be used as an embossing texture plate, simply by switching up the sandwich on your die cutting machine. I just have to modify the illustrative steps on my die cutting platform. From back to front is the hot foil plate, texture side up, then my cardstock, the embossing mat, but instead of the embossing plate, I'll add my standard cutting plate. What I'm left with is this very soft impression on this panel. I'll set this aside and work on the focal elements. Depending on your culture, flowers can be used as a symbolic gift. I like this Plum Blossoms layering die set because it's a very neutral shape and it's not too showy. We can easily modify this bouquet into a soft arrangement. I will cut all the flower elements in white cardstock and all the foliage elements in vellum. After following the simple layering guide on the back of the die set packaging, I'll arrange these flowers in this split arrangement. This arrangement will help frame my sentiment. I found my simple sympathy sentiment in this elegant sayings stamp and die bundle. However, in your stash, a more common sentiment you may come across is thinking of you. I love that sentiment for sympathy cards, or you can stamp that sentiment as a start for the inside notes of the card. I'll stamp the sympathy sentiment in Evening Gray from Warm Gray Crisp dye ink, then use its coordinating die to add to the center of this bouquet. To finish this card, I'll embellish the bouquet with a bit of splatter from the Moonrock ink pad. You can always modify this bouquet for other symbolic flowers of passing, such as poppies, lilies, or a chrysanthemum, to name a few, but your crafting stash may have other symbols or symbolic images that can bring comfort and hope. So for my second example, I'm basing my card on the mourning dove, a common Western and North American symbol of visitation and peace. To start, I'm adding a bit of texture from Moroccan tile 3D embossing folder to balance the flat lay that I have planned for focal elements. I embossed an A2 sized panel of spicy yogurt cardstock and trimmed it to 3 3/4 by 5 inches. Then I foam mounted this panel to another A2 panel of spicy yogurt cardstock. This Bird of the Mountain die set is very versatile. I'm going to modify this color palette for this sympathy card. I die cut all the layers from white cardstock except the following: layer 2, layer 4, and the die cluster that contains the beak, eye, and feet. Personally, I preferred adding instant dimension foam tape between layers 2 and 3, and 4 and 5. Feel free to leave out the instant dimension foam tape if you're not hand delivering this card. To balance this card color palette, I'm adding in black leaves. These leaves come from the Plum Blossom die set. Now all I need is a sentiment. I think hello sentiments are suitable for cards about grief, or they can at least give you a place to start before adding a personal note to the inside of the card. This hello sentiment and bird motif are also in Bird of the Woods stamp and die bundle, just in his example. Another common sentiment I found amongst my Altenew stash is the sweet Ginkgo stamp set. I found a few comfort and hope sentiments scattered across various Altenew categories. I'll use this sentiment as a banner for my card front. So then, what about the inside? Altenew has this sentiment stamp set called With Deepest Sympathy. I love that these sentiments are perfect for when it's hard to find the right words to say. They're a great start to adding in a more personal written sentiment for your card. So aside from simple messages for sympathy cards, I also suggested muted color palettes and calming symbols for your personal handmade cards centered around grief and healing. My series encourages you to shop your existing Altenew stash and rekindle their love with newer releases. Perfect Pairings with Jaycee airs on the Altenew channel every second and fourth Sunday of the month. Please make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for tuning in to this Perfect Pairing episode with me, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hello there, crafty friend, Lydia here. Just popping in to say that you can get your daily dose of crafting tips, techniques and tutorials just like this by subscribing to the Altenew YouTube channel. All you need to do is click on that little bell up there and you will never miss a video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.